Hello, how are you doing today? I hope you're having an amazing, magnificent day. I want to share with you that you are a genius, you are special, you mean the world, and you are loved. Today's topic is stop asking questions. What do we do to ask questions? And why are we asking questions? What do you want in your life? Now, I just really hit you with a curveball. I just asked you a lot of questions. But I want to break it down. We have a spiritual side, which is, the thought realm, imaginations, feelings, and we have the most dense, which is your physical body. I don't like to accept calling it physical because it's an illusion. There is nothing that is physical in the universe. If we look at a microscope, I look at my hand, I get a microscope, I see that everything is atoms and everything is energy, everything's flying around at very high velocities. So, why do we ask questions? Usually to find out an answer. The problem with this is what you're looking for is to obtain and be the person that you want. You don't care about anything else. And I'm not saying this to bash you. I mean, I only want what I want. Now, granted, I have curated myself and said, what are my morals? Okay, I like to be a giving person. I like to be compassionate. I like to share. So, first, build yourself. But let me not get too ahead of myself. Do not ask questions. You are the only instrument that's going to obtain the things that you need. Whenever you start running, you're going to just take leaps and bounds. But before that, you have to go into yourself and you have to just take the information that is given to you. Now, let me talk about the four facets of the human life. So we go through, adolescent, childhood, adolescent life, and for most of us, we don't become conscious of the fact that we can be conscious till our early adulthood, being 20 years old, around there. Some, very young, some a little bit older. But whenever this happens to you, I'm really speaking from then on. And I'd like to share with you my experience. For me, it was about 19 years old. I became conscious of the fact that I can be conscious. And, well, I found out very quickly that there weren't answers in my external world. I couldn't go to Google. I couldn't go to my parents. I couldn't go anywhere. So where did I have to turn? Well, surprisingly, to my current state, I didn't even turn inwards. Why? Because my own brain would present the idea, having thought would lessen my manifestation. And it's interestingly not, it's very interesting that I never thought about manifesting. I never thought of $1 million showing up. I never thought about a team of individuals that are like men in black that would come and take me off to like some fantasy amazing world that I wanted until my first awakening. So, we continue, and that's the first facet of life. We step into then wanting to experiment and wanting to open doors, knock, and so forth. As I once did, I would wake up and go to sleep repeating one word: love. Love, 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 love. Life wasn't going as I wanted to, and on the internet there is a tad bit of good information, things that are pretty obvious, like what's the highest vibration, things like this. So I saw that love is, and I accepted that love is the highest vibration. So me wanting to better my life, my situation, I started repeating that. That's the third facet. And the last one is where you're living 100% through the heart. Why do I call that facet 100% conscious? Well, let's look at the facet of you simply repeating words. I call it the intermediate phase. Well, let's take me for example. I was repeating one word: love, love, love. We have to agree there's a lapse of time where I am not conscious, where I'm not sending a signal. So what the heart allows you to do is to send out these signals. So I just gave you a whole bunch of information. It's basically like a lifetime of information. So where are you right now currently in your life? You might not even know that you can be conscious. You've probably just had your first awakening, and you're probably in the limbo of should I think, should I not think? You're in that limbo of thinking consciously or not. Let me tell you, in my experience, I've learned that entering into myself, using my higher faculties, is the best thing. Why? Well, let's just look at what the human being does and why we are where we are. We are our paradigm, we are our personality. These both are made of our thoughts, actions, and emotions of the past. If you're not consciously sending out signals, then what this means is what your life is simply what is outside of you. The emotions you experience are based on your external world. That is, if you're not living through the heart to create consciously an elevated emotion. Your thoughts are whatever your external environment signals into you, and that creates a thought if you're not consciously creating thought. So how does this tie into stop asking questions? I'll share with you how I live my life. I look at the facts. In my lifestyle, I'm a raw vegan. I'm not doing it for the animals, I'm not doing it for global warming, I'm doing it for myself. I looked at, I was already living through the heart, but I realized that I am the only thing in existence that's going to obtain what I want. That's the job. How? By going and apply. The girl, by going and talk to her. I am going to be, I do believe in a greater source, so I can say, I'll change my words and say, I will be the medium. I must be the medium for a greater source to bring to me what I want. But that means I have to be at the right place at the right time. So I have to do the right things. Having accepted this, I said, okay, so my physical body, I have to take care of it too. I have to, I wanted to optimize my physical health. That means I'm going to raise my vibration, I'm going to be healthy, my mental state is going to be clear, and I'm a full-fledged human being, I'm going to go get what I need. Well, with this, stop asking questions. I looked at how the human body, how the human being gets sick. And let me tell you a little bit of science, a little bit of facts to save you time. So this is the process of us becoming sick. It all starts with the food we eat. The acidity in our food creates acid, it's acidic, and next, to not have the cells in our body obliterate, the body creates mucus. Mucus is the body's defense against very acidic environments. These acidic environments, again, are created by the things we consume. So, wow, now we have been consuming acidic foods. Now the body creates mucus, and after this, the body will create inflammation. Inflammation will be found where there is a lot of mucus to support the body. And after a lot of inflammation, well, let me digress. What is happening when we have inflammation? The body is putting a lot of energy in that point. It could be in the stomach, it could be in your leg, wherever, but simply what's going on is your body is putting all of its energy there, hence inflammation. But what also happens? It leaves the door open, the back door open for disease, for sickness. And this could be very small things like headaches and dehydration. But you do this for long enough, you might be 20 years old right now listening, and you don't care about your health, as I used to. But I saw, well, I have to be at the optimal level to manifest what I want, because I want the life that I want. So I have to take care of the body. I stopped asking questions. I looked, how do we become sick? I saw it's acidity, mucus, inflammation, sickness, disease. That's it. So now it's up to you to decide, are you going to keep asking questions? Are you going to keep on repeating and repeating and repeating the same things that we already know we shouldn't do? Are we going to be like, well, maybe if I do this, maybe if I have a diet, we'll just stop asking questions altogether and just start living the things you know. I know you're a genius. I know you know what you should do. You probably have notes. It's funny enough, I had notes of how I wanted to eat, of what I wanted to dress, how I wanted to dress, look, all these things before I started doing them. And I would carry them around. Because why? We're an intelligent species. We know all the things we should do, but we just keep doubting ourselves, or we just keep waiting for the money, we keep waiting for the partner to start doing the things that we want to do. Well, I'll tell you what, if you know how you should eat, you know what you should spend your money on, if you know what would be better for you to spend your time on, but you're not doing them, your life is going to bring you what you so desperately want, because you're not even doing the things that are in your control. So let's stop asking questions. And let's just really step into all the knowledge that we already know. We know what's the highest vibration. It's love. So let's start experiencing that. Let's stop asking, what is the third eye? What is manifestation? Just don't worry about anything except start doing, except worry about what you're not doing. Because I have so much faith that you know how you should eat, how you should spend your money, how you should spend your time. I believe it 120 million% that you know these answers. Stop asking questions. Do the things that you know that you need to do right now. And I promise you, your life will become magical. Even if it's not what you want, it might not be fireworks. Look, I'll tell you what, happiness is not fireworks and bells and whistles. It is not. I promise you it's not. Take it from experience. I create it constantly. But you know what? You get reactions and smiles like this whenever you're eating how you want, whenever you're using your greatest faculty, your internal higher faculties to create the life you want. You're going to get smiles like this. And you're going to have relationships that are amazing. And you know what? You don't have questions. You just do what you have to do because you know you have to do it. Because you know that that's the best thing to do. And then you just sit back, you relax, you say, you know, this is heaven. I'm doing it. So I know this has been a little bit in your face, but I do it because I love you. I do it because I have faith that you know what you should do, and I have to motivate you as no one ever motivated me to get what I needed done, to be the person that I know I could have been, and I know you are the person that you want to be, and you have the intelligence. So just start living the life that you know you should live. I love you. I want to ask that you comment below topics that you'd like for me to cover, and also what do you do with your life? Like, what are your routines? I'd love to know all of that about you, and so we can really just start having a good two-way communication. And also, feel free to email me if you want more support. I'm definitely there. My email, my social media accounts, you will always find me. And lastly, I ask that you share this video with your loved ones on your social media accounts, and comment and subscribe. I hope to see you in the side of light. Goodbye.